Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Phoenix Point. We have our tank. It is finally time to test out our tank, but before we do that, obviously, we gotta do a little bit of rest. My plan here is we're gonna rest up the crew, and then we're gonna fly out to this area and just have a look around, probably try to drop an area scan somewhere. I'm thinking here would be a good place. We get a little bit more vision of what's going on in the up around the top of the world, and we'll hit the recruitment centers on the way. I don't, like I said before, I don't have any interest in picking up a new instance of any class we already have, but we might be able to see something new. We have a recruitment slot, we have materials. Yeah, so that's the plan. I have to say, I'm not 100% sure. Oh, the scan's complete. Cool. There we go. Finally, that took quite a while. Apparently, Bave was very injured. Yeah, let's get a move on. I am curious how multi-classing is going to work with the new classes. Like, are my people who take the get an extra class training thing going to have access to Berserker because we have a Berserker, or am I going to have to like ally with Synedrian first and get or not Synedrian, but these guys, the Disciples of Anu, first and get access to their technology? Or I'm very curious to see how that's going to play out. Because there are definitely some people I could see getting some good use out of the Berserker skills. Haven info, you're a sharpshooter. Honestly, I know I said I wasn't interested in instances of classes we already have, but like another sharpshooter would not be terrible.
Construction complete.
Alright, we got our food production, so now we are actually good and positive on that. You are just another assault. Okay, so let's just start. I think I'm going to go up here first. Can I reach? Okay, I can reach this now. I guess the problem was it was too far away from any other nodes that we could see. We have to like have a... I was thinking maybe the problem was it was too far away from the base, but maybe it's just you can only make hops from node to node of a certain distance. Well, that being the case, I think I'm just going to go right to here. I want to see what this is, and I want to drop my area scan up here, I think. But as long as we're running through, we may as well check this out, right? A heavily fortified building explored by our operatives has turned out to be an abandoned server farm for the social media forum Plapper, which collapsed in the mid-2020s. Millions of short messages are archived here, documenting in detail the lives of the pre-war middle classes. Is this information worth preserving, or should we just take all the spare parts we need? Just smash it all. Listen, I have a Plapper account. I get the urge. I hate this, by the way. This is not this game's fault. I'm not trying to rag on the game. But this thing that, not just games, but sometimes TV shows and movies do, where, like, you wanna make a joke about Twitter, so you just make up a different Twitter and you change the name very slightly. This always sucks. Just, like, be a little bit more creative than that. I'm assuming take what we need gives us materials and tech, probably. But actually, I think there's a cache of humanity stored here that is invaluable. Perhaps one day we can figure out why people thought snarky comments were going to prevent the apocalypse. Oh, I don't think that anybody thinks that. That's not why they're leaving the snarky comments. Our operatives have reached a defunct research station in northern Siberia, identified in Symes' notes as a significant point of interest. The doors stand open, and there are no signs of life. The scientists who worked at the station are all long dead. Their mutated bodies lie frozen in strange... You know, I've never actually said that word out loud. Is it demoniac? Demoniac poses. It's easy for our operatives to retrieve the samples they were researching, which Randolph Symes came all this way to examine. Okay, but not so easy that it's just going to happen. It's going to make me do it, I think. Or maybe it's just... Okay.
A group of researchers investigating an anthrax outbreak caused by melting permafrost in northern Siberia went missing. The Phoenix Project tried to find out what happened to them, but our resources were stretched too thin, and our allies in the Russian government were losing influence, so we let it go. All these years later, looking at these samples, I wonder, is this where it started? Is this the first outbreak? If we had done more, could we have stopped it? The genetic material I have recovered might hold the answers, but I'm not sure I want to know.
I'm not sure that I understand why you would not want to know that. Is it like, is the idea that like we were so close to not having an apocalypse and it's frustrating that we had an apocalypse, or it doesn't seem like that big a deal to me. We could area scan here, or maybe it is better to drop down to here. So like here, our area scan would overlap a little bit with the previous one. That's, you know, we can see nodes from that. But we do still have to find the Phoenix base in the Arctic. I'm going to drop the area scan. I think this is a solid plan, and then let's go exploring. Let's start exploring by doing this. Show me something cool. Oh, hey, manufacturing's just totally done, huh? Weird. We've been building stuff for so long that I forgot what it was like to not be building stuff. Well, make me a shotgun. We're gonna try out a shotgun. My suspicion is I'm going to find that I like it, because this is a video game, and shotguns are real good in video games. And then we're gonna need like a lot of grenades. Maybe just make me 5 more grenades. If you know what, actually, maybe the shotgun goes to the bottom there. Yeah, grenades are more immediately necessary. Oh wait, I was gonna look at this haven and see. Okay, it's just a sharpshooter. I'm sure the other classes, the other factions are developing their classes, right? We know that they are, because we saw somebody complete the Infiltrator class. The coordinates in Symes' notes have led our operatives to a small abandoned camp high up in the mountains. Behind it lies the entrance to a cave. The cave contains the corpse of a Caucasian male. It is hard to identify at first, as it is overgrown with yellow, sickly-looking leaves sprouting from the shriveled skin. A backpack on the floor contains faded photographs and broken specimen jars. Symes seems to have taken what he needed, but even what remains is enough to revolutionize our understanding of this planet's biological history. Our analysis of the leaves growing from the body show that this organism contains traces of the Pandora virus, but a different, older strain. The implications of this discovery warrant further study. There are so many tiny little cutscenes in this game.
In his essays, my great-grandfather recounts the story of the ill-fated Qinling Bashan expedition of 1915 and the journal of Lei Meng, the leader of the mission, who found evidence of a forgotten proto-civilization deep below the ground. There is also mention of James Dawson, a British photographer who stole most of the precious samples recovered by the team. What became of Dawson has always been a mystery, but now I know the mundane truth. He died here in the mountains, forgotten and alone. This proto-civilization, could it hold the key to defeating the Pandora virus? They say history repeats itself. Has all of this happened before?
You know, I saw Battlestar Galactica as well. I don't know that they were necessarily being that literal. Well, we could just fly back up and start working these sites, I suppose. Let's hit this. So the recruiting thing... Oh! The hop is too great. I cannot fly directly there. Well, never mind then. The recruiting thing is grayed out, so I wonder if that means that that place can have a soldier, but they just currently don't, or what is going on with that. Or maybe it's not supposed to look like that at all, because we know that the Haven icons sometimes have some weird behavior. Alright, let's see what this is. Since we're out here and everything. Why, it's a Haven with recruiting. Is that... That's a heavy, right? Hold on, I'm gonna go to my personnel button here. I'm pretty sure that's just the heavy symbol. Yeah. Well, it wouldn't be terrible for us to take on another heavy. The thing is, I just don't know if we could recruit another soldier after that. It's possible that we have too many assaults. And you know, as much as I appreciate how powerful Adrian's gun is, he is actually like a huge pain in the ass to actually use. We should probably equip some of these grenades. So the most important people are Bave, who's going to not carry a second assault rifle, and then the new... Well, are you going to be close enough to use a grenade very often? Maybe. Probably not. Alright, and then Adrian, of course. And... Right, Adrian's right at the weight limit, but we'll give Bave some extras, because he's got some He's got some extra carry weight available. Just in case we need, like, a whole lot of grenades. Alright, let's check this out. Fungus Humongous. Our operatives have encountered a new Jericho scientific expedition. The expedition has discovered a unique mutation of Pilobolus crystallinus in an abandoned commune's composting facility. The individual fungi are almost 20 times as large as the unmutated variety. When expelling spores, they do so with enough force to penetrate armor. That is terrifying. The expedition has begun preparations for burning the facility, which sounds like a very reasonable play to me. However, we should definitely study the fungi first. Let's get some information, and then absolutely obliterate this garbage. While New Jericho disapproves of allowing the fungi to continue existing even for a limited time period, they accede to our demands. The data collected by our operatives proves to be highly interesting and potentially useful in our own R&D. Yeah, we're about to hit the end of our research, so we should throw something else on here. I don't particularly want to reverse engineer this terrible assault rifle, so maybe we just go for... Yeah, I don't know that I care about a damage bonus on Mist Sentinels, and now that we have a reason to believe that this won't give us anything else, let's throw these egg researches on here. I mean, we may as well get the resources, right? And this handgun, I think, is maybe worth putting together. This is slightly more effective than our handgun, if I remember correctly. And then, like, Pandoran Evolution obviously is important. We'll get to it. Sorry, I almost just started passing time while we were sitting here. Okay. Just a Disciples of Anu Haven that doesn't even have any people for us. Scavenging site. Yeah, sure. A nighttime mission. So do people have... Some weapons are not fully loaded, but his, but he has ammo. Yeah, he's fine. He has a single fire worth of ammo in that thing. Yeah, it's not a big deal. That'll be okay. You have plenty of ammo. You're all set. Oh, as all set as you can be. Okay, yeah, let's do it. Very curious about the Scarab in action here. It's possible that on a mission like this, where it's possible things will be happening on different corners of the map, we're going to end up being sad that we brought a vehicle instead of 3 soldiers who can be in 3 different places. But also, I'm expecting the vehicle to really blow stuff up good. If we are disappointed, it's going to be very disappointing, because we sure did spend an awful lot of time building this damn vehicle. That said, I don't think it's really cost us anything. It has meant that we have had fewer grenades on a couple of missions, but we haven't, like, lost anybody because of that or anything. The person who died would have died no matter how many grenades we had, because I did not have the proper respect for Launcher Crab. Launcher Crab, who is our greatest and most terrifying foe. Boy, whatever's going on this map must be pretty intense, because this load is taking forever. Okay, so the Scarab itself took up... Ooh, look at the size of it. So the Scarab itself took up 3 slots in our deployment thing, right? Do we have to operate it? Like, okay, it doesn't... There's a way to get in. I'm just thinking, like, we have people who have the mounted weapon proficiency and stuff, so it seems like maybe somebody needs to be inside. I'm gonna do the get in button thing here. Okay. Enter vehicle. Yep, that one. And then that lets him operate the turret, or can other people get in?
Loud and clear.
Okay, so it has capacity. It has launched 2 missiles at a target location. We have no idea where we want that to be. While he's in there, does he have any possible actions? No, not really. You know what? If all we do is use this thing to drive him around, that's totally fine, because he really needs to be driven around. If I'm going to drive it into the middle of the battlefield and just try to turret, I probably want to throw Bave in there as well.
Channel open. Moving now.
We will not put the sharpshooter in. Boy, with the way that door is positioned, it's gonna look real weird when the when the vehicle lets them out in a second here.
Double time.
Alright, you just get in position to do some harm. Do we want to move up even more? Yeah, I think this person does not have quite the same aim as Lise does, so we might want to take that pretty seriously. Alright, and do we want to just drive all the way forward? I guess so, right? I want to park in a place where it's easy for the people getting out to get to cover. And I don't have to have the whole vehicle within the line, it just has to be the central tile. I'm going to put it right here. Maybe this is really stupid. Blast damage. Shred value. Okay, that's interesting. Destroys this amount of armor. I don't think that we had that I had noticed that some weapons have that. I know that probably our base weapons don't. I was just trying to figure out like how many hit points does this thing have. It has 530 hit points with 30 armor. You know what? I'm just gonna commit super hard. Let's do this because this will let the people getting out take cover really easily. Also, we get to drive through stuff, which is fun in every single XCOM game. Okay, we got a dude. Which dude is he? Is he launcher dude or shield dude? Oh, he's the launcher guy. Okay, well, good news. We have action points. Oh no, it costs 2 action points to exit the vehicle. Definitely worried. But like, we should do it this turn. It just sucks that they're going to be kind of close to the vehicle with the launcher guy right there. He's danger. He is liquid danger. We're going to run like back a little bit then. I want to be out of the blast range. They don't get to shoot everybody at the same time. We got to make them choose. So we could dash to like here. Take some cover. And it's probably the smart... Yeah, getting behind cover far away is the smart move. But maybe I want to save these will points. Nah, you have a ton of will points. You're fine.
No rest for the wicked.
Although I guess if I take cover directly adjacent to a thing that he's trying to destroy, that really incentivizes him to shoot me. Maybe let's go a little further away. Nearby, but not right there. Against this wall is close enough that I probably still get shot. But we have medkits. Or we could go hit the equipment crate right now. I think that's probably not necessary. It is safer though. I'm going to do it because it's safer. So we won't be able to lift anything, but it's just a bunch of magazines. Ooh. Apparently the Disciples of Anu have a special shotgun. You also need to step out. You need to do it and then run to a different place. He made a pretty good run up here, though. We definitely, even if we could run him really far away, and I guess we can. I don't want to, because he needs to be close to have a chance of actually shooting that thing next turn. Alright, let's see what it does. Is it just going to shoot at the vehicle? Nope, it's going to ignore the vehicle entirely. I mean, that's fine as long as it doesn't destroy this. Although it working together with its friend might get the job done. Okay, so we got a couple of dudes we got to close up real fast. Ooh. I think that materials canister might have been instantly destroyed because they destroyed the ground that it was sitting on. Let's see, we could rush up to here. You know what I should do first, actually? Let's use the missiles. We could probably just annihilate some cover, right? Let's see. Yeah, okay, that's fairly satisfying. That will do. Where do we have to go to get a clean shot on that dude? Alright, up here. That looks like a pretty bad line of sight, though. Yeah, given the way the targeting system works in this game, I'm really glad that they do actually draw the lines instead of just indicating that that guy's hittable, so that in a situation like this, we can go, oh, but he's going to have like 80% cover. So I think we just step to here. It's a pretty bad shot. He's actually in a really tough spot for the sharpshooter to hit. Can I... Yeah, can we just, like, duck down in here and let me look over there. Is that thing as tall and blocky as it looks like? Yeah, so it's about the same height he is, it looks. It's going to be a really ugly shot. Well, it's possible that we could do this with Bave.
Receiving loud and clear.
Right? Bave's fast as hell. We execute a second dash to, like, here. Oops, I keep... Right-click is sometimes confirm and sometimes go back. Alright, what's this shot look like? Actually pretty tight. And we can fire twice. I think this is the plan. We just go dead center. He's almost the entire reticle, so we'll probably land like 11 of 12 shots. Oh, that's right. I'm going to have to reload. That does complicate things. Wait, is he the one who has the free reloads? Yes, he is.
Acquiring target.
It turns out to have been really valuable. Who knew? Alright, somehow Bave managed to not do any damage with that second shot. And this thing's gonna survive the bleed with 4 HP. That's a real shame. Well, we could have our sharpshooter run up here and just pistol him. Kind of like that idea. That works as long as Bave can get the kill on this dude, which I have to imagine is reasonable. He has dash. I'm gonna dash up. So I think we've probably protected this crate from these dudes. God, that's a lot of damage. But we know there's one more guy up there, and he finished destroying the crate he was shooting at, probably, so he may well just run over and finish this as well. So I just want an open shot, right? I don't need cover particularly. I'm also trying to not be in a place where it's too attractive to run up and try to grenade me instead.
Identifying target. Hostile
There we go. All I needed was 4 damage. You got it. And then I'm just gonna run out into the open. I'm not afraid of these enemies, and I want to be closer. Oh, you have a point too. It's here, I guess. That's a pretty cool vehicle, I have to say. Well, he is alerted, but he's probably going to stick to the plan. Yep. You monster. So I'm going to assume that we don't have to manage the ammo for this thing in the same way, because I certainly didn't see an ability to build ammunition. And that being the case, we should use this thing's ammunition as much as possible, right? And also, it looks really cool. There's that.
Moving to coordinates.
Right, let's have you finish the job, because we do need to get some XP on you as much as possible.
Threat eliminated.
I was going to say, there's no way that's the end of it, right? So I guess what we will do is... I am zoomed out all the way. There's a supply thing over there, which we will just get. So actually, all the crates are against this wall. Yeah, I wonder where the last enemy is. It almost has to be over here, right? I'm going to have you run up to, like, here. And we'll just overwatch for the turn. This way, I guess? Maybe it tries to come around there. And then we're going to have the heavy overwatch this direction. And maybe we're going to get really embarrassed here when the enemy sweeps in from somewhere else and makes me look like a fool. So far, I think this vehicle was worth all the effort. Yep, apparently it was over there. Oh god, it's a mind fragger. It's gonna mind frag us. Alright, this is gonna be on Bave. I don't trust anybody else to, to get the job done here. I think I want to dash. Because I want to have 2 shots at this. We do not want to mess this up, and I really, really don't think anybody else is going to be able to do this thing. Okay, so just shoot it
To fire.
really gently. Am I allowed to intentionally short the burst? We're going to aim this so that none of the bullets can hit the sniper. Oof. Okay, couple of bullets in your head. You know, what's a couple of bullets in the head between friends, right? Let Bave continue to watch that way, because we don't have any idea where the enemies are. You continue to watch this way. You don't actually have a turn. You can't overwatch. So... There are no more... The reason I assumed that the enemies would be over here is that if there were enemies elsewhere who were trying to destroy the crates, they would already be on the crates, right? But now that I know that there are potentially mind fraggers running around who are not interested in the crates at all, who are just interested in us, that makes it a lot harder to guess where the enemies might be. Whatever remains could be basically anywhere. I am relatively confident, though, that the Scarab is unmind fraggable. Oh no! Return fire? Can I get some return fire? No? Alright.
Targeting.
Please be careful. I did shoot the Scarab in the back a little bit. I should have moved the Scarab before doing that. I wasn't thinking about the full line of sight. Okay, well, that was a mess. We did get our level up, though. And I mean, we got a bunch of supplies, right? We lost 2 crates, but there were a lot of items, supply boxes. So we're gonna get all that. It's probably gonna be almost entirely magazines, but it's still stuff. And then like a handful of materials. I don't know. Honestly, that mission was probably not worth. What we're getting out of the mission is likely not worth the cost of doing it. Yeah. I mean, we got 100 tech, I guess. Go ahead and manufacture him up another magazine. Why not? Alright, I do think we are still very much able to continue working. Just have to be a little careful with the sharpshooter now, but, you know, that's easy. Whole thing is they get to stay out of the fight. Manticore 1 has set down outside an abandoned sewage treatment facility. Our operatives report that the smell is so disgusting we might have to invent a new scale. Did we have a scale before? A scale for how bad smells are? Scavenging up resources from a site like this is pretty awful work, but we need whatever we can get. Our operatives have recovered all the resources they could find. They were attacked by a mutated fluke worm, but in the end, the fumes were more dangerous than the mutant. Your soldiers have suffered 30 damage each, or yeah, it looks like... No, it looks that must be 30 damage split over them. Well, I think we're cool to continue exploring for the moment.
So, New Jericho continues to expand its military capabilities, this time with a new class of soldier. The Technician, robotic arms, cranial input hubs. It all sounds very impressive, and we are not exactly opposed to this development. But we do wonder, when is New Jericho going to invest in anything other than war? Yes, we need to achieve some kind of peace, and we in Synedrion aren't unwilling to fight. But winning is more than just building the biggest army. To win, we need a functional infrastructure. We need people who can plan. We need a system that works.
Yeah, it feels like everybody's going to turn on New Jericho, and I think that's totally fair and reasonable, given what we know about them. Another scavenging site. Alright, well, let's just try to be cautious here. Oh, we can spend your level up before we go in. So we get access to Quick Aim. Quick Aim is awesome. And... maybe a little bit more willpower. Now that we have Quick Aim, I want to be able to use it a lot. It really is very, very good. And then I guess like a point of speed, and we'll just hold off from there. Okay, let's deploy. So, the mounted weapons proficiency does not have anything to do with the guns on the Scarab, it looks like. Unless maybe when you fire the Scarab guns, they behave differently if somebody's still inside of it. It doesn't seem like that would be the case. But there might be other vehicles that have like a mounted machine gun on them, or it might be the case that there are in some places like emplacement guns. We're still very early in the mechanical arc of the game, I think. There's a lot of stuff yet to see, so who knows? Maybe at some point we'll be able to build a totally sick hover tank that has a plasma cannon on the back of it, and we'll have Bave run up there and shoot that at people. Also, you know, infrastructure and whatever. She's totally right. War is like the top layer of the conflict, and the layers underneath it are absolutely vital and way more important than the actual armed conflict, but also it's a video game, so, you know. Alright, this map is a little bit awkward. So we can see that there's I'm assuming a Mist Sentinel. We still don't actually know what these do, but I do know that I don't care for them. They look real threatening. And it's going to be pretty easy for us to just take some pot shots at it. And I think that would be a fine thing for us to do right now. I would love to remove its ability to spawn mist. It is going to take a while for us to get there. We should probably load the heavy into the vehicle before it leaves, because otherwise it's going to take him 1,000 years to reach a useful location. But we can run Bave out this way. I should probably take some cover if I can afford to take some cover. But I can't imagine I'll have any difficulty making this shot. Never mind. Enemy spotted. Got crab. That looks like a launcher crab to me? Nope. Okay, it's a shield crab. No, it is a launcher crab. This one just has the machine gun. Okay, well that's a higher priority for sure, but also I can't actually do anything to it right now. It's very far away. We could dash over and maybe get a shot off on it, but it probably won't be a lethal shot. Just one of us. So I think I'm going to put some more damage into this thing.
Enemy hit.
Try to make this thing as killable as possible. And then... there's no way that I'm able to dash into actual shooting range on that thing, right? That's just not going to happen. So I probably do just go ahead and walk him into the vehicle. Have the vehicle drive him up somewhere. I like the vehicle carrying the heavy as a sort of frontal assault that Bave and the sharpshooter can move up safely behind, rather than having them actually just driven in it. Do I want to go all the way up? I don't want to expose myself too much. I especially don't like... If the Scarab got killed, I'd be very sad. It is back at full ammo, by the way, and we have made no attempt to re-ammo it, so I'm suspecting that it just gets free ammo. Spotted another enemy. Okay, it's just right over there on the same side. Is it the same loadout? It is. Okay.
I'm here.
Let's get you out of there.
Enemy spotted.
Really? Okay, well, it's entirely possible that we are now seeing all of the enemies. God, I hope it is the case that we are now seeing all of the enemies. I think I'm going to put him on this side. Move you away slightly just to reduce the value of the grenade explosions. And then this can be a Bave problem. Although honestly, if it stops to destroy that food canister, we might just let it do that for a while. Uh-oh, it's doing it. It's emitting. That could be more threatening, I suppose. It may spread over the course of the next few turns. That's what I'm expecting. Okay, I am not getting mind fragged. It's not happening. My poor sharpshooter's head can't take any more of this. So, Sharpshooter's most optimal job might be go and paste that dude with the pistol. He does have 110 HP. I actually can't kill him with a pistol shot. It would take at least 2. So, alright, let's start with this. I feel fairly confident that the thing I want to do here is drive up and do that thing, right? That's gotta be right. Okay, so we destroyed the launcher arm on that guy. Did this guy also lose his launcher? Yes. God. What a unit. What a unit the Scarab is. What a vehicle, man. Alright, I think we probably have to have Bave dash over and eliminate this thing, because otherwise it's going to survive. He's the person who is fast enough to get the job done. I'd like to stop right here and just... Yeah. Alright, and then you gotta you gotta run back toward the mission area. Or I suppose I could move up with the intention of taking on that guy. It doesn't have to be right this second, but we could move up to like here. I have enough points for a dash next turn. I sort of want to be in vision of him though, right? Because I want to have return fire available. Which I totally do. Yeah. Alright, and then we could find you a spot where you can finish off one of those guys. This guy's actually bleeding super badly. That guy is dead. His max HP was reduced to 40 and 60 points of bleed were put on him. So can we find a spot where I have an angle on the northern guy? I don't think so, probably, because actually his position is pretty tough to access. It would have to be over here somewhere, and it looks like I just can't get it. I mean, all he's going to do is spit at somebody.
On the move.
So I guess your move is just finish off the mist thing.
Ready to fire.
Headshots. Always headshots. And then your job can be finishing off this other dude. Hold on, he's got a purple status effect on him as well. Unable to move for a turn. Okay, so yeah, he's mega dead. He's gonna bleed for 120 damage before he gets his next turn. You know, this actually could miss. I'm gonna will up here. We're just gonna really let him have it. I'm a little nervous about this in terms of potential mind fragging. Listen, if you get mind fragged, we'll just snipe it off your head.
One more dealt with.
That is satisfying every single time. Alright, I think we're good. Okay, so we know about you. You see us now, but you're just going to do your thing. Okay, I only landed one shot. We didn't destroy the machine gun, right? So I'm wondering if... What does damaged actually mean mechanically? Does that just mean that it has lost some hit points? Or does that actually affect its use? I don't know. It doesn't look... There's no obvious indication that he is going to be unable to use it in any way. But I think what I want to do here is just dash to a place where I have a really clean shot and double tap him. God, I love dash. Oh, I only have 3 bullets. Because when you do return fire, it uses 3 bullets. Okay, fortunately I have these free reloads that I didn't think were going to be useful at all. Guess let's aim... Yeah, we want to aim for the meaty parts, right? A shot in the carapace is bad. But a miss is worse. Oh, right, he has return fire too. Game mechanics. Well, at this point, I think we're probably good, though. Yeah, I gotta remember, the enemies also get to return fire. Part of the value of a like part of the big value of a sharpshooter is that the sharpshooter will be outside of return fire range. We did manage to protect all 8 of the crates there, thanks to the wild, overpowered gun on the back of the Scarab. Feeling really good about my decision to build a Scarab now. We're going to have to go home soon, because people are starting to accumulate wounds. But I really like the way this works. I like this system of flying around the effectively the Sky Ranger, and people taking attrition damage over multiple missions. Because, like, in XCOM, the missions are very all or nothing, and that is probably my biggest problem with XCOM, so it's nice to see it be done a little bit differently here. We can probably grab these 2 sites before we go back, though.
Scan complete.
Alright, we've finished researching the eggs. We still have research going. We do not have any manufacturing going, but to be perfectly honest with you, we might be set for right now. We should probably have some extra guns, just in case. Yeah, like... And extra guns are not terribly expensive. Give me one of these and one of those. In case we lose some, and then we can make medkits and magazines whenever we want. We'll leave those in the queue. Should we be base building? We do have time. I suppose we're going to need a power site pretty soon. We may as well build it now, right? Alright, show me... Oh, just another Berserker. I do appreciate how forthcoming these guys are with their with their unique unit. There is recruitment available over here. We could just wrap all the way around the world, I suppose. We do have another mist spread going. I don't know. Whatever we do, we're doing this first, so let's just go ahead and do it. No hostile forces have been detected, but there are probably resources we can find here. Well, yeah, let's get it then. Okay. We should probably head back. Let's go for some of these other sites that have been picked up. And this, honestly, would probably be an okay place for an area scan. I suppose I could have started it before doing the exploration. Alright, Haven info, let me guess. He's a Berserker. Who would have thought? We really don't need to do a resource trade. I'm pretty happy with our resource levels at the moment, so let's just keep moving. Is that a Zeppelin? Do the Disciples of Anu use Zeppelins? It kind of looks like it might be. Alright, another Haven. This one of no value to us at all, it turns out. Manticore 1 has landed at an abandoned military base. The site is not on the old maps and databases. It looks like it was used to train and develop some sort of special operations unit dedicated to fighting the invaders. There's a lot of equipment here we can use. It's strange to wander about this place. They could have been us, or we could have been them. 2 totally different things. We could probably jog back and grab that, right? We're not in any real hurry to get home. We could definitely do another combat mission if we needed to. Feel fairly confident of that. Okay, so they have an elite training facility, produce elite class soldiers. So that is what is meant by the gray thing here. We will have a recruitment facility, but we don't currently. Well, we'll keep an eye on that. Sanhedrin just constructed elite training in Freeland? Is that what that said? Where is Freeland? We're having one of those things where all of the icons have disappeared. Bakunin, Baja Rebellion, Spartacus, that's a bad name for a haven. Nowhere, that's a good name for a haven. Man, the problem is we actually know where all of their stuff is, so we could be receiving notifications from anywhere in the world on this. Surabaya 2.0, Oz. There might be a better way to do this. Can I use their diplomacy? Yes, they all want me to sabotage each other. We could take on the Synedrian mission. I don't know, man. They're supportive of us. We're doing well with them. I'm not gonna... If they wanted me to sabotage the Disciples of Jericho, I would consider it. Or New Jericho, rather. But I don't want to mess with the Disciples. We're doing well with the Disciples. Hurry Towards Hope? That's an interesting name. Freeland. Okay. Yeah, I sort of want to check that out. Let's grab these ones that are tightly clustered together. It's just, like, very efficient to do so.
The Disciples of Anu Haven is under attack.
Oh, well, it feels like we should probably do something about that. I wonder how long we have to work on it, because I'd like to finish exploring this first. Again, just like an efficiency thing. The Manticore 1 has encountered what at first appears to be an Anu religious procession, but is in fact a scientific expedition. We've come to seek understanding of the divine principles that guide the reshaping of animals, the Anagnostes leading the expedition tells our operatives. To understand why claw replaces hand, why eye becomes stalk. It is only one step in a long road, of course, but how else will we reach enlightenment? What would be the value of sabotaging this expedition? Yeah, sure, let's help him. The Anagnostes is grateful for our assistance. The Exalted has taught us that we cannot achieve anything that truly matters without cooperation, he says. We need each other to survive, and all our understanding is built on the accomplishments of others. There is no other path to enlightenment. Therefore, let us share in this knowledge together. I do love knowledge. A mysterious being known as the Apostle to the Onceborn, a servant of the Exalted, has passed by our base leaving the following message. What is the nature of a human being? Can we change? Is the fault in our souls, where it may never be reached, or is it in these broken bodies of ours? Perhaps the Phoenix Project can be a vessel of change. It is not up to this humble apostle to make such a decision, but I wish you well. May your actions please the Keeper of the Threshold. He will seek you out when you have shown your worth. So we started working our way up the hierarchy of the disciples. I accidentally became a disciple of Anu. Alright, let's go save some lives.
Research complete.
Okay, cool. We can build those fancy handguns. Let's do a couple. Our equipment. Because they are better than my pistols, right? I guess we already have one, though. We probably don't need both. And then maybe we just want to start building the second Manticore, honestly. We have enough room for 2 airships. I think that's a good idea. Alright, also, research. So I guess... Pandoran capture and containment. We are close to being able to create technology capable of capturing and containing live subjects. This does seem important. This also seems important. Let's throw that in the queue first, and then we'll grab this. And manufacturing is going to keep glowing because I didn't mouse over the magazine for the new gun. Okay. We have come to help. For some reason, the other factions will not like it if I help these guys. Intervene to eliminate the threat, protecting the key structures. This is a lot of rewards. This looks very doable to me. All right, Bave. Let us train you up. Rally the troops seems limited to 1 use per turn. That seems extremely good. And then this is going to be 30. I mean, we maybe should just pick up a new class with him. We do not have the option of taking on Berserker. Sniper training has some really useful stuff, though. Heavy training would give him a jetpack and the ability to use that grenade launcher that we built. Oh, that grenade launcher that we built! We totally did finish that grenade launcher, didn't we? Hold on a moment. You... Where is it? Here we go. The Goliath GL2 grenade launcher. It weighs 5. Should we replace the cannon? I do really like the cannon. Grenade launcher does less damage, but, you know, grenades. Grenades certainly have their uses. What's the weight of this thing? 5. So we could just replace the gun straight up. We do not have enough skill points, even in Phoenix's pool, to just buy him 5 strength, I don't think. No, not even close. Yeah, I want to test it. It's just tough. Let's do it. Let's just go 1 for 1 with his current weapon. We'll try this thing out. Did I build grenade ammo? Maybe I didn't. Well, he certainly doesn't need this. Yeah, it looks like I did not actually build an ammo container for this thing. That's fine. 8 shots will get us through the mission. I'm not worried about that. Do we want to give Babe a shotgun? I like him having the options he has. He's so accurate. It's hard to imagine wanting to replace his rifle with a shotgun. So if we wanted to put this in his hands in addition to his existing weapon, we can just do that. Yeah, I mean, we're field testing it, right? 48 bullets. All right, let's try it like this. We still have some grenades if we need them. We're not as healthy as we might like to be, but we do not have time to go home and rest up. This is happening now. I have high hopes for this grenade launcher, given the way that grenades generally work in these games, and then also the way that we've seen explosions work so far in this one, doing lots of damage to lots of areas, very effective at blowing up cover. I mean, like, a couple of... Making sure you have a couple of explosives was like the #1 most important thing in every mission in XCOM, the modern XCOM games. And it seems like it's going to be pretty much the same here for pretty much the same reason, even though cover is maybe a little bit less effective here because you can just shoot around it with an accurate enough soldier. That's true in XCOM as well, but you know, it's kind of a different thing given the probability systems and stuff. Also, the fact that we can more easily remove cover with non-explosive options, like that we can just shoot corrugated steel walls down and stuff, maybe limits the need for explosives. But I'll tell you what, even if we didn't need them, as long as they're close to as effective as the other guns, I'd still want to use them because explosives are fun. Okay, this is a weird thing. They dropped us on the roof. That's actually really nice. So... zoom out as always. I wish I could zoom out further, frankly. What are the key structures I get if I click on this now? Alright, it's possible that all of the structures on the map are key structures. That might be what we're talking about here. So it costs 2 action points to give 1 action point to everybody else. Probably not all that useful in this situation where I have a pretty limited number of allies. I think I'm going to jet jump over to here. Gotta get some vision so that we can make some better decisions with the tank. I do spot enemy. Okay, I spot enemy like really far away. There's no way the grenade launcher would reach all the way over there. I guess I should... What type of guy is he? He does have the shooter, he does have the launcher arm. I think we can move to here pretty safely, though. He's very far away. He is unfortunately too far away for this thing. We don't have an easy time getting over there. And even if I did run all the way over there, I probably still wouldn't be able to shoot next turn. So I think I'm thinking about moving the sharpshooter out to like here. Let's see if I can see anything on this side. That's not the sharpshooter, that's Babe. Sharpshooter. Move out to here. Even though we know there's nothing out there at the moment. And just, you know, kind of keep watch on this angle, I guess.
Overwatching.
I don't know what I want to do with Babe. Well, there's no point in not exploring with the Scarab, because we can't overwatch anyway. Just drive around and see if we see trouble. Also, I apologize about your structures. We gotta remember to keep the Scarab away from the buildings, because we could totally accidentally fail our objective. And then, like, I think with Bave, we will totally just run over here. We can do a dash next turn if we need to. We should definitely have access to that dude. We can do a couple of dashes if we need to. He's run inside. There's another one. Maybe a dangerous thing. Maybe a mission where we have to protect buildings was not the time to bring the grenade launcher. Okay, so there's 2 on this side, 2 on that side. What is the range? Range on this thing is considerable. I mean, this is basically just like cosmetic damage to the structure, right? That's not a big deal. Maybe. Let me move over to here first. I'm going to see if I can... By tightening the angle a little bit, I want to see if I can get it inside. Looks like the answer is no. There's still no way to pop the shot into the room. Alright, well, I'll take this. I'm not opposed to this. Yeah, geez, that's a lot of damage. It says blast 60 on the thing, so I was a little worried that it was going to turn out not to be very effective at killing enemies. But it does 60 to a bunch of different locations all at the same time. Oh my god, look at the effective range on this thing. Yeah, do that. Sorry about your building. Okay, well that guy's wounded. We'll be able to put him down next turn pretty easily, I think. So can we get any kind of angle on these dudes? No, it's just too far. Well, what we could do is just move to like... Oh, that's right. I do have quick aim though, so if I can get an angle in 2 action points, I can still take a shot. This is the only place you'll jump down, and it does not leave you with 2 action points. Ah, it's frustrating. All right. Well, I think this is still the move probably, but it's just like it's a bad pistol shot. I'm gonna take a pistol shot. I should get close. Not a lot of cover close though. Okay, I can keep an action point while dropping down there. Hold on, let me swap to the pistol so that I know if I'm outranging myself here. Looks like this is where you have the shot, so I guess this is where we'll take it. It's not great, but I gotta do something.
Enemy contact.
Oh, there's more of them than I thought.
On it.
Alright, I'm going to try to hit his leg. Probably we're going to hit nothing here. That was worth a shot. That hit landing in the leg would have been actually pretty good for us. So, shotgun also takes two action points to fire. Kind of want to dash down to here. Will it let me do that? Yeah, that's right at the edge of the dash. This is maybe going to get him attacked, but it's also... It's really powerful. It's for sure a kill on a couple of these dudes. But that guy's got a launcher on. We can't put ourselves into get launched by everybody territory. We don't know what the range on the launcher arm is. It's possible that I'll be shootable from here as well. We've always seen it fired pretty close. I'm going to dash to here so that I can double shot. And out of curiosity, if I'm using the shotgun, what does this look like? Okay, not very tight. This is way better. Right, but I have partial magazine. Okay. Just get the circle, the maximum amount full of him. Some of these shots are going to miss. There's nothing we can really do about that. Wow, I was not expecting him to go down in one. These guys have way less health than these enemies usually do. 200. Dave's just real good at his job. Well, we could now dash and open up on the other guy. Which again, potentially gets me shot more than I would like. I think I'm just going to Overwatch instead. I don't know. Overwatch is pretty anemic, though. If I were able to get another kill, then I might take damage, but it would be probably pretty certainly the case that he'd be okay at least. I'm gonna dash down. We're gonna get aggressive here. We'll see if this turns out to be a real bad idea. Remember, it's not like they just get shots on us for free. Is this the launcher? Okay, so we're gonna fire like here-ish. Again, trying to keep the reticle as full of enemy as possible while targeting the right areas. Okay, took his arm. So now they only have one launcher on this side. Very unlikely to get a kill. I mean, it says the next shot is reduced by 1. I might be able to free fire the pistol with this, but I guess that's not worth doing. That was a productive turn. We did some work there. Is he just gonna punch me? He was just gonna punch me. Okay. I don't know if he completely considered what would happen when he did that. So these guys are super dead. Between Bave and the sharpshooter. Ooh, they're... Oh no, okay. Sorry, I thought I saw more movement. You have Overwatch with your rifle arm. Okay. Well. My first inclination...
Identifying targets.
...is to take this guy out. Let's deal with that Overwatch. And then this should allow Bave to just completely trivially pop this dude, right? Turns out center mass is for suckers. You always want to shoot for the legs. I do this in such a way that I don't destroy any more of the building. Alright, listen, there was some minor cosmetic damage. It was unavoidable. The important thing is that most of the buildings in town are still structurally sound, right? On the whole, this has been a very successful sortie for the Manticore. A lot of good work getting done here. Also, some people have been hit in the head a bunch, but they're mostly alive. Sure, they're missing a lot of blood, but how much blood do you really need anyway? If anything, it's probably good that they're lower, because I think most people are a little over full. It's dangerous. You know, your black bile gets all out of whack, and what have I recovered here? A Scion of Sharur. Oh, melee weapons. Melee weapons that we can use with the Berserker. Marduk's Fist. I mean, I would prefer Armor King's Fist, but I guess you work with what you got.
Blessed are those who seek transformation. But to seek alone is not enough. Neither is to speak. For these were the ways of the false gods of old, who drowned in the flood that Anu commanded. To be initiated further into the sacred teachings of the Exalted, you must show that you will act on behalf of humanity. Not merely the humanity that was, but the humanity that will be. There are some who still cling to the sins of the old world. Even now they are consumed by greed, thinking that if they hoard enough, they will survive the coming changes. These brigands have attacked many of our havens, and those of others also. Let the judgment of the dead god fall upon them.
I will think about letting the judgment of the dead god fall upon them. Here's the thing. Obviously, if we say we will cast out the heathens, they're going to like that a lot. Probably other people, less. Other people will like that less. I'm not actually sure who exactly they're talking about. I don't want to say this and have it turn out that, well, obviously we meant Sinedrian. I'm going to say we'll think about it. I'll think about the judgment of the dead god. I'm going to keep that in my head.
Very well. But do not think about it for too long. Judgment approaches.
I don't want to blow your mind or anything, dude, but we might be post-judgment. Judgment might have already happened. Yeah, sure. More mags. Keep replacing that mag as he keeps spending it. Well, let's, I wanted to get down to Freeland. Here's the thing. If we don't get to Freeland right now, I'm going to forget about it. So let's go. We'll explore this on the way. And then we'll hit Freeland up. Their elite training facility finished. I think it was Freeland. And we'll check that out, and we'll end the episode there. The Rite of the Crimson Moon is about to be performed at Satagu. This rite is dedicated to teaching the faithful the value of physical struggle in support of spiritual goals. Invented by former decathlete Anagnostis Ninshibur, who is personally present today, and blessed by the Exalted herself, the Rite of the Crimson Moon is a brutal challenge that should not be undertaken lightly. Anagnostis Ninshibur extends an invitation to participate to our operatives. She would love to see whether the Phoenix Project can handle such a physical trial. I think we have to make ourselves sort of an impressive spectacle in order to get everybody else to feel like we are capable of leading on this project. So although I'm sure this is going to wound somebody, let's do it. Anagnostis Ninshibur is impressed by your operatives. Clearly the Phoenix Project teaches its people some useful skills, she laughs. Although you do look a little worse for wear. As a reward for your bravery, I will teach you some of my personal training methods. Help you get a little bit closer to that physical perfection we must all strive for. Okay, 60 skill points have been obtained. That's pretty cool. Our operatives have made contact with a Sinedrian haven called Freeland. Unfortunately, the citizens are currently engaged in a scheduled debate entitled Crabmen, Human or Humanoid, which is overrun significantly as various philosophical factions passionately make their points. I mean, that's a pretty fine distinction. It is generally agreed that the faction known as the Terraformers performed best in the debate. Its supporters, buoyed by success, vote to support the Phoenix Project with a contribution to our tech. Well, that was nice of them. So yep, that is definitely a different soldier class that we do not have yet. Recruit, please. Alright, let's have a look at him. New guy. Romd 7 the Great. More like Romd 7 the Grey, huh? So he's got an infiltrator helmet. He is the infiltrator. What's his deal? What weapons can he use? Crossbows and spider drones. Huh. Baseline stealth factor is 25% as long as he is not revealed. Well, we literally don't even... I don't even know what a spider drone is, man. Alright. Welcome to the team. We're going to figure out how to equip you. For right now, here's a medkit and a pair of grenades. I don't think we're going to have to use you, but just in case. And then we could reverse engineer these things so that we can build more of them in the future. This mace does 80 damage with 50 piercing, single strike. Is Marduk's Fist just like way better? 140, 200 shock. Seems like it's way better. I'm gonna prioritize that. Let's learn how to build a Marduk's Fist so that we can have lots of melee weapons for all of our future berserkers. And then, ooh, defeat a group of raiders who have been attacking havens in this area. Hey, that's a mission we could do for somebody that isn't going to sabotage our relationships with everybody else. This is the location of the mission. It's in Romd 7 the Great. That doesn't sound correct. Maybe we have to be on this screen for that functionality to... Okay. Alright, I think that is probably the thing we're going to do when we get started next time. But this is probably an okay place to call it for right now. That's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. This was a very productive day, and we got to blow a ton of stuff up. It basically doesn't get any better than that. come back next time tomorrow for probably even more explosions. We're going to have an escalating amount of explosions every single day, if I have my say. And we'll see you then.